Hello Geminis, welcome to our monthly check-in or your monthly check-in for wealth, abundance, prosperity, fulfillment. So we go beyond just money and finances, but it's mostly connected to that. As long as you're feeling anything that makes you feel whole, right? Not wanting. We'll do cards, and I have 4 areas just to help focus the conversation. And then this month, archangels are coming down to join your guardian angel, and they're going to give you a specific message. So with this group, Archangel Shamuel, that's all about overseeing alignment of opportunities and people. So they'll deliver a message to you. I timestamp if you want to just skip ahead to those messages. Otherwise, we'll hang out together and get the cards, and get any initial impressions that I start to get as we tune in to your energies and the messages. Been doing 3 cards. Angels like the odd numbers. And now we'll get your monthly check-in. Let's see. Abundance, fulfillment, prosperity, joy, wealth, career, finances, whatever it is. I'll just get the cards here. We're going to do 2 rows. I'm not sure why they're making me kind of skip one. I think they would just kind of fall out, but you'll place them how they want them. Excuse me about that. Okay. So we're going to start with your check-in, beginning with any possible challenge or challenges you might be facing now, if there are any. Let's see. Okay. I don't know if you've been under the weather. You might be on some kind of leave, like a sick leave, a stress leave, perhaps an unexpected leave. Sometimes we're put on notice. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the orphaned card here, just the way you're kind of sitting hunched over, you're kind of focused in on yourself here, but they're really drawing me to the nest, which makes me feel like you're spending quite a bit of time at home or actually in bed recovering. This could also be spending a lot of time working from home. Maybe you've transitioned into a role where there's a lot more independence, autonomy, but there's not a lot of socialization here. It's very much just you. So either like a work from home scenario you're trying to show me here, or you're at home recovering, or you're on leave. So parental leave, sick leave, stress leave, or the company has put employees on sometimes they put you on a leave until the company stabilizes and can bring you back in. I mean, this doesn't feel like a bothersome situation. I know she's hunched over. It seems to be like a darker card, but pairing it with the observer, if you are working from home, it's conducive for you. If you are on leave, it's because you require the recovery, so you're happy to be able to focus on self. You are keeping your eye on the future, right? Post leave. What does work from home look like in the long term? So you are future focused. You are kind of taking this time to think about it. So if anything, the possible challenge is Do you want to stay in this energy? I think that's what you're trying to figure out. You know, do I want to stay working from home? Do I want to return to work after a leave? Do I want to return to the same work? So you have a moment here of making a decision. What's going to be best for you? What's going to make you happiest? Geminis. So the moon, so it's you're in control of the dream of what's next. So take the time of this rest, take the time of this kind of independence that you have to work through your choice. Okay. Message and advice from yourself, from your soul to you. Okay, so it looks like your soul is acknowledging a degree of frustration, or that at least acknowledging your leave here. You're in the same kind of position. It's been a while. It may have been a bit of a yo-yo, so return to work, back off, right? Especially if it's some kind of recovery you're going through, like a sick leave. I mean, even if it's parental leave, maybe you did back to back. You know, you were growing your family back to back in terms of having children or joining your home. But there's definitely, they're acknowledging, they're aware, and they're saying it's okay that you have a degree of frustration with this. You know, wow, you're not going to have all good days in that kind of scenario. Recovery is not easy. Being on a leave or any kind of temporary pause that's been put on our lifestyle or our life or career, it's not easy. So they're saying it's not easy. They're acknowledging that. But the finish line is so close. Look at the cheetah here, leaping forward. It's also changing. It's transforming. So you've got a transformation that's going to happen here right before your, as an indicator. So this could be healing, right, and return to work. This could be figuring out your decision of I'm staying or I'm not. So this is the what's next decision, but there's a transformation here that you go through. So you're making a very confident decision. This is who I am. This is what I'm going to do now. And you launch right into it, right? You return back to work, you return back to life, you get things going again. So not too much longer in sort of this sitting, waiting, healing, resting position. So some unexpected blessings. These are blessings in disguise. These are upcoming experiences that they want to give you a heads up. Okay. Unexpected blessings. So if it was a job loss or you were put on leave unexpectedly, that is the blessing here. I'm seeing with the building blocks, the way she's kind of breaking out of them, and the key here on the higher power. So divine intervention came down and kind of made this happen. You had to go through this moment in order for you to break free. So whatever path you were heading down, it wasn't that it was not, I don't want to do double negative. It wasn't that you were having a terrible time or heading down a route that kind of takes you off course. So this wasn't a nudge you back on course. This was a nudge to give you even more freedom based on everything that you have done to this point in life, right? Everything you've succeeded, achieved, etc. I do feel with the cement blocks here, the gray ones that have built up and started to kind of lock her in, maybe that was starting to happen, right? Maybe you were starting to get locked into a commitment, a company, a role, a love relationship it's not going to serve your higher purpose, your greater purpose. So divine intervention came in to shake you out of that environment, get you working at home, you know, if you had to go on medical leave, it was so that you could step away from the work environment and be able to look in, right? Sometimes we have to remove ourselves and able to see it, because when we're in it, we're not always able to gain a different perspective. To see how she's kind of touching her forehead, looking out, right? Gaining a new perspective. The key also in the third eye is giving you freedom, breaking away. So an unexpected blessing is some kind of ending, a closure that's going to set you free. It's going to give you more freedom. So like I said, some kind of end to a commitment here. You've been in it for a while. So this is like leaving for a different company, a different job, maybe picking up and moving to a different city, right? Somewhere that you've established yourself for a while. Now you're picking up and moving, changing industries, careers as well, or a long-term relationship that you are departing here. The universe wants to break you up, to simplify it, because that relationship is no longer serving you. It's not going to serve you any further. Possible outcomes. Okay. Such contrasting cards, right? From the two beginning ones, even this one, the start of the transformation. You see the cheetah. So both cards showing transformation, and look at the beautiful transformation for both of them. You're in full color. You're not in the gray hues. You're putting consideration and loving thought and tender thoughts versus more anxious thinking, like what do I do now versus what can I do next, right? A more positive tonality that I'm hearing in your thoughts. And then of course here you are, free, fully free, right? Look at you, full movement, nothing's tying you down, nothing's holding you. Your platform is completely a blank canvas for you to create, right? You don't have the nest, you don't have the building blocks here. The stars are falling, right? Dreams are coming true. So this is the kind of messaging where you would say like the world's your oyster, everything's possible. It feels like the universe, your soul, right, and your soul plan is to give you this completely new chapter, literally. Like you're about to just open a whole new realm, a whole new world, all new people, new job, new relationships, whatever it is, but it makes you way happier, reinvigorates you. There's something here about this long-term, again, if you're healing, if this is the healing that I'm seeing here, rest, prolonged sickness, whatever it is, this is the return to work, return to socialization, feeling better, right? So you've got a very beautiful, abundant, prosperous outlook there. Okay, the angel messages. Let's see, what does Archangel Shamuel and your guardian angel wants to talk to you about? Opportunities. Well, I mean, the first card's all about opportunities, and we saw that throughout your whole reading here in terms of you can do anything now, right? Go ahead. What do you want to do first when you come back out, right? Do you want that new love? Do you want the new homestead? Do you want to do something different? You want to go on a trip? So endless possibilities. Wealth is definitely connected to that. So whatever you choose, there's not going to be an impact to your wealth. Look at you balancing it, but now you're no longer sort of concerned and anxious. You're actually kind of giving out, giving back. There's a surplus here, a healthy surplus that you're able to use towards these dreams, right? Taking these actions. So you have a lot of positive things to consider, to think through. What do you want to do next and first? And the funds that come along with that revenue that it will generate, right? The opportunities for growing wealth and how you're going to use the surplus. And then they're providing the Two of Swords here. Generally, I want to say that this is a decision coming up, but the way that they're crossing down at the bottom, almost like dowsing rods, kind of pointing an arrow, pointing down, right? The X marks the spot, your intuition. So they really want you to do introspective work right now. Really try to lean into your gut. What is your heart and your mind agreeing on, right? That's your intuition. Let your intuition guide you. You have strong intuition, so let it guide you on what you're going to do next, how you're going to generate all this wonderful prosperity and abundance, how you're going to move up to become like a matriarch, patriarch, right? You're supporting others, you're giving back, you're leading. But it's endless possibilities. They really want you to keep following your heart here, keep following your gut. Follow your intuition, and you will make this happen. So it's not so much, I think, others supporting you. I think you know exactly what you want to get done here, Gemini, and you will become the supporter, the giver, the top dog. Your status is quite high here. So once you get through this period that's meant for you to figure out what's next, to go through the transformation, right? You need to focus on transformation so that you can enjoy this whole next chapter, post-transformation. Now that I'm in this new role, this new job, fully healed, back to work, whatever it is, endless possibilities. You'll be quite wealthy, happy, prosperous, as long as you follow your intuition, right? If you just keep staying with this commitment, you're just going to have that never-ending story, right? Again and again and again. You need to lean into your transformation here. Again, unexpected blessing. So it might not be easy, might not feel good, right? Especially if you're dealing with a heartbreak, a loss, a medical situation, right? If you're recovering, it is a blessing in disguise for you guys.